Hello and welcome to another round of the PS4 Touring Car Championship here today at West Wales Karting Virtual Racing, and we are using the Sakito Sprint Circuit, otherwise known as the made-up Suzuka Land, and it's over 2 miles and 14 turns, very quick turns as well, especially in the first sector. So the drivers are going to have to try and manhandle these touring cars around there. We're on the grid now, and we're waiting for the lights, and it's Jonesy on pole, and he's away clearly, and Monty MC Momo's alongside him. He's got an even better start, but down the inside, a better start on all of them. I think that's Welsh Taff. He's being put on the grass there a little bit, and there's 3 into 1. That's not going to end well, I don't think. Oh, and that's Delboy going round in the background, and Jonesy's off too. He's made contact with Welsh Taff, and that allows... oh no, Jason Cole made contact with, sorry. And that allows Monty MC Momo to streak away into the lead as they're all fighting away over 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th now as they go through the S's, and that's Monty MC Momo in the lead, followed by Delboy and Welsh Taff, then Jason Cole, then it's, who is that? That's Stuart Davis ahead of Jonesy. Adam Jones has an absolutely terrible start, our esports driver there, down in last place now from pole position, so that's not very good news for him, but look, that's coming under pressure now is the leader, and it's Delboy now who's managed to get the lead around the outside of Decker 1, and they hit one of the advertising boards and it goes into orbit somehow. And oh no, now Delboy's off as well. He's made a mistake and he nearly wipes out a couple of cars as he comes back onto the circuit. But everyone's managed to get through cleanly apart from Delboy, and now I think he's back down to 5th place now, I think. Oh, he's well down the order anyway. And there's 2 cars now side by side. And Stuart Davis has made his way through the carnage up into 3rd place as we come around to complete the first lap, Stuart.
That was mental, wasn't it? Absolutely nuts.
Action everywhere.
Yeah, fire, flame, dust, carnage, and Welsh Taff in 2nd place. What is going on?
Welsh Taff has an absolutely fantastic start. Now he's lucky he's pressurising Monty MC Momo, and this is going to be crucial for the championship.
Oh, he's round.
Yes. Oh, and he's entered the Japanese Drift Championships through the first corner as Welsh Taff, but it's not going to be the fastest line through there now because Stuart Davis is on the back of them, and he's got through like Stuart Davis has.
Yeah, very opportunistic driving there. Lots of carnage and chaos at the first corner, but it's not even yet as Jonesy's looking at going up the inside of Welsh Taff now as well. A bit of rubbing now, hard racing, but no, he's just about held it. Had a little look at Delboy, I think, there as well.
Yeah, Delboy, of course, he followed through.
He followed through. Oh, that's unfortunate.
he followed Stuart through, and they're coming up to the Degner 1 and Degner 2 now, which is certainly a follow-through corner. But there's Welsh Taff still defending away from Jonesy there. Jason Cole is having a bit of a steady start to the race. Oh, it's big off there. I think that's Welsh Taff who ran wide, wasn't it, Stuart? There.
I think so. Yeah, and bounced back onto the circuit. Okay, so yeah, just checking the barriers working good. I think all is well there as Monty. Yeah, all's well in his world again as he's up in P1. And nice and smooth through the chicane onto the main straight. He'll be thinking, thank you very much, you lot just keep burning and crashing into each other, and I'll stay here on my own. And Jason's gone, has he gone round? No, I think he just about held it.
Yeah, he got speed into the pit wall a little bit there, so that's going to lose him a lot of time onto the straight now. He's going to lose time there to Welsh Taff, who he's battling away with for 5th and 6th. We've got 6 runners in this race, of course. No pit stops, so it's a race to the finish. And I think that was Jason going wide slightly in turn 1 too, so he's having a bit of a nightmare, isn't he, so far?
Yeah, you've got to be so careful with that turn 1. If you dip a rear wheel onto that outside curve, you're just going straight down. There's nothing you can do about it. So yeah, you've got...
There's a lot of speed through there.
Yes, yeah, a lot of time to be found and a hell of a lot to lose as well. Same with that final chicane, you clout the inside curve there, you're going to go wide and then you just ruined your straight and the whole lap then. But
are there any curves you can ride around this circuit, Stuart?
The inside curve here at Degner 1 you can normally hit pretty good and then ride the outside as the guys are doing there. So, Stuart Davis has carried too much speed into Degner 2 and so is Delboy.
Yeah, and now Jonesy, this is the opportunity he's been looking for, and he's going to go around the outside of Stuart, is he? As Stuart knows he's there, obviously, he's going to crowd him out. Oh, and they've made contact, and Stuart and Jonesy are both off, way off the circuit. They've gone through the gravel trap, and they're in the barrier, and they're both now returning to the circuit, but they're well down now. Oh, God, I don't know if we'll see a replay of that, but you can see it coming almost.
Yeah, they all got a little bit concertinaed up, heading out of the second Degner. With Stuart and Delboy going off, almost synchronised. It's a strange one that, they sort of tied in together and flew off the circuit together. It was almost, a bit of a strange one. I'd say maybe they could have given each other a little bit more space, but there's Jason Cole using all the space available. That's what I was talking about there. If you get on that outside curve, yeah, you're around, and Jason very lucky to hold that there as he's up to 4th place now.
Yeah, he's using, up to 4th place, he's using all his karting skills there, drifting around that corner. It's not the fastest way through there, but I think the Japanese fans will be loving it anyway. Monty MC Momo serenely out in front again, as you said earlier, Stuart. He's just pulling away at the front, isn't he? He doesn't know where the rest of them are.
No, he's got a nice 3.4 second gap at the moment. Nice and smooth. Nice. He doesn't really seem to take these cars by the scruff of the neck and chuck them about like some of the other drivers. He is very, very smooth.
He is, yeah. He seems to be able to be one of the few smoother drivers, still able to extract a hell of a lot of time out of these cars.
Yeah, that's it. And you'll see now this is got to be so smooth to be able to carry the speed through this final chicane. It's very high speed. Right, left, missed the curbs. Oh, yeah, there you go. That's why he seemed worse, but didn't lose much momentum going onto the straight there, did he?
No, he must have just been clenched quite a bit there, going over that grapple trap in the curve, waiting for the car to snap on him. But I guess you just keep the steering straight and you just feather the throttle a little bit until you're back on the circuit. And I think, yeah, he just carries on his way, doesn't he? Like nothing ever happens.
Yeah, that's it. Probably have a few, few sore virtual bottoms at the end of this race if they keep clobbering those curves too hard.
Virtual bottoms? Virtual
bottoms, yeah. And this Welsh Taff doing a bit more rallycross in the background there.
Yeah, I think he was just virtually bottoming out on that curve. He was going over it so hard there. The car probably sparking away underneath too if we had a view from the rear. Too much talk of rear, Stuart. We need to bring it back to the family show. Anyway, it's Jason Cole now. He's still in 4th place, but he is being caught, I think, by Adam Jones, his arch nemesis from the karting world. And yes, they're going to have a battle very shortly, I'd imagine, as they head now into the Degner corners. And of course, they're not actually called the Degner corners, I don't think, on this game, because for whatever reason, they haven't called it Suzuka Circuit, they've called it Sakito Circuit. Had a little bit of luck into this. I don't know if anyone listening knows the reason or not, but from what I found, it might be due to licensing rights that they've called it Sakito rather than Suzuka. But yeah, maybe someone out there knows the real answer for that.
Yeah. If anyone's got any ideas, drop them in the comments below the video here, and yeah, let us know as Jason takes his own interpretation of the final chicane and gets going there, keeps Jonesy behind. You've got to be careful.
Yeah,
these
two right in the slipstream.
Yeah, these two do have form. Of course, the first touring car race we did, non-championship race at Donington, Jonesy was in a position like this, and he did actually just simply punt Jason off, so he lost both of them a lot of time. Oh, has he held it? I think he did, but I think he's allowed Jonesy through there. Oh no.
Oh, it's very close. As you said, Stuart, they've got history, haven't they? It goes back a long way.
Yeah.
Oh,
he's held it nice.
With this camera angle, I keep thinking they're spinning.
No, nice one there. Well held by Jason. But yeah, so he's got to be a little bit careful because, Jonesy, one of his tactics are go for it, see what happens. If I punt them off, I'll just let them go and then everyone will just ignore what I did. So,
can't blame him for having a go, I guess.
Oh no, definitely not. I'd much rather see him have a shot than not at all. And it's forcing Jason into a few errors.
I don't know what's going on, but they're drifting everywhere, aren't they? Probably just because we're in Japan, I reckon.
Could be.
We've been watching Tokyo Drift.
That's it. I mean, they're front-wheel drive cars. I wouldn't recommend trying to drift your own car out on the A40 or anything, but...
Oh dear, they collided, Stuart, they've collided, and they both held it, I think, but Jason, they're fantastic hold, actually, from Jason, high-speed corner, as you said earlier, Stuart, and there's Stuart Davis going through on Jonesy too. Jones has lost out a lot more than Jason has, but as you said earlier, it's a very high-speed corner, that, and fantastic bit of car control from Jason to hold that, wasn't it? And now Jonesy's got more ground to make up.
Yeah, I wouldn't be trying to go through there side by side. Well, I mean, if you're defending, you kind of don't have a choice. If the guy behind wants to go for a lunge, but yeah, I think Jonesy really, I could see why he kind of went for it, but Jason was all crossed up and all over the place, so yeah, I think Jonesy's just sort of seeing the lap ticking away, and he's thinking, I just need to get forward now, as I've lost far too much time as it is. I think he's starting to get maybe a little bit desperate behind Jason there.
Yeah, possibly. It would have been better waiting for the straight, I'd imagine, rather than having to go into there. But even on the straight, the first corner isn't a perfect passing spot, is it? It's not it's a high-speed corner.
Oh, it's a very difficult circuit overall to overtake. Every corner is pretty quick. I mean, you could do a dive bomb here into the second Degner, or the pretend second Degner. And other than that, really, it's all you can really do is just be later on the anchors than the next guy and just hope that you don't crash into each other as you go side by side. There's no real opportunity to outbrake someone and get a move done before a corner.
absolutely, Stuart. And talking of going side by side and crashing into each other, look who you've got here. We've got Stuart Davis and Adam Jones once more battling away. What's going to happen here, do you reckon?
I don't know. It's going to be good to find out.
Wave him through, right?
Sorry?
Stuart will just wave him through, right?
Oh, yeah, no bother.
Yeah.
No, this should be this is interesting. There's a fair few laps to go, and oh, there's that curve again.
Yeah. And when he's in this situation, Stuart, look, he's closing up on Jason, but we've got another car riding on board with it now. It's Adam Jones, and he's catching both of them as Jason hits one of the marker boards. Didn't quite like that marker board, clearly. Maybe he thought Jones was using it too much, so he'd take it out of the equation. But look, they're all concentrating up. Oh, and there's Jason off. Yes, Jason is off before they get up, going up the hill, and that's disadvantage Stuart. And now Jonesy knows he's going to be on his inside going into the Degner, so it's a very fast corner. Is he going to have a go? But Stuart's got a little bit of momentum up the hill again. Oh, it's very close racing this is, and they both get a little bit sideways through Degner 1, and Stuart gets very sideways through Degner 2, and they make contact a little bit in typical touring car fashion. And now this is Jason Cole over the back of both of them. He's having a look down the inside of Adam Jones. And Adam Jones keeps the momentum around the outside. This is great racing.
Seriously brave move. Yeah, Jason, he's not looking at going side by side into the chicane. I don't think. No, very late on the brakes there, bouncing over those curves. He'll be going across the gravel. And that'll be, that opportunity lost there, I'm afraid. But Adam's got a good run on Stuart. I don't know if he'll be close enough at turn 1. While this is all going on, of course, this is allowing the top 3 to streak away, and there's a bit of a gap between all 3 of them at the moment. So no one's really fighting anyone. Del Boy's sort of matching Monty at the moment, but Welsh Taft's certainly dropping back. He's not as slow as these guys. He's still pulling away. But if they could stop squabbling and just knuckle down and set some lap times, that wouldn't surprise me if they could maybe catch him. But at the moment, I think all Welsh Taft has to do is take it nice and steady, keep his head down, and he could get his first podium here.
Yeah, this would be, of course, his first podium in all of the virtual races. Is that correct, Steve?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So he'd be desperate to get this one. He's not going to want to make any mistakes at all. And he's, although I can't quite see the timing screen of his advantage, but you can't see him anywhere in shot when you're looking at these two battling. So he's got a fair old advantage. Yeah, I mean, if they did work together, maybe they could catch him. But do you think these two are going to work together?
Can't see it. It doesn't really look like it at the moment. But
no,
of course, Welsh Taff, he is in a Jason off again in the background. He's Welsh Taff, he is fighting with Stuart Davis in the championship. They are very, very close. Very similar abilities as well in these touring cars. So Jonesy got a bit sideways there. Welsh Taff are going to be looking for. It wasn't really a battle at Brands Hatch as taking themselves off the circuit, letting the other guy through and saying thank you very much. But yeah, they are very close in the championship. They have been finishing sort of very close in the results at the end of each race. So points-wise, every position is going to count quite a lot to these two in this championship.
Yeah, and absolutely, and also Adam Jones will be battling with Monty MC Momo, isn't he, at the top of the standings as well?
Yeah, and of course Dan Holloway, who unfortunately isn't racing today after slipping a disc in his back, and that is the dangers of doing the washing up stood at the sink, I suppose. But get well soon.
Racing.
Yeah, that's it.
The amount of times he's been upside down already in the races he's done, and I'm surprised it hasn't gone already, to be honest. But get well soon, Dan. We hope to see you back as soon as possible. It's always good fun when you're in the race, isn't it?
Yeah, speaking of fun, Jonesy is going to be having absolute no fun whatsoever staring at the back of that McGann at the moment.
Yeah, Stuart Davis knows exactly where to place his car to make life difficult for Adam, but Adam, of course, is one of the more prolific overtakers. He will be looking for an opportunity to have a lunge, and now he's got a really good run onto the straight now, and they're going to go side by side, coming down the straight, and Stuart Davis has got the inside though, so as long as he manages to stay alongside Adam Jones's car as they go into the first corner, I think he'll be able to get this, but we'll see what happens here. Yes, I think Adam Jones just backed out of that. I think he thought, let's just wait for another day.
Yeah, I'm sure he's going to get past at some point. He's quite clearly much quicker, and less prone to errors as well. Of course, he does do a lot of online racing. He's an esports driver on Gran Turismo as well. So I believe it's with Porsche. I think he was saying is Welsh Taff does what Welsh Taff does. Ooh, that's
Welsh Taff. Welsh Taff don't want to be making too many of those mistakes, because he made a mistake at this very corner that these two are coming through now, and they're chasing him, but they're dropping Jason Cole. Even with the back end, they really dropped Jason Cole. I don't know if he's had an issue, but yeah, he's no longer in sight anymore.
Yeah, I think all of his various off-track excursions are finally caught up with him, and he's actually started to lose a bit of time, which is a shame, because he's I don't know, when he's in the pack he does seem to race quite well, but once he does seem to sort of make his way to the back, and then you kind of don't see much of him again.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shame. He's one of the more successful karters as well, of course, in Pembrokeshire area and South Wales. He hasn't done so much karting recently, but it's good to see he's still competitive and racing, even as virtual world. But no, look, Stuart Davis is under attack now, and they both go slightly side by side. Oh, and Adam Jones creeps down the inside of Stuart, but Stuart Davis managed to put the frighteners on enough that he backed out, and Stuart Davis manages to maintain that position. That was a good bit of racing.
It was, yeah. Well, Stuart Davis has got plenty of practice with holding back faster drivers and yeah, just trying to put the frighteners, as you say, on people. Obviously Alex CDL and Adam in this race as well, and at Donington in the touring cars. He does seem to find himself in positions where he is racing drivers who maybe sometimes he isn't even as fast as, but he just seems to have to go almost into defensive mode, and that's the only way he seems to be able to keep them back. And of course, by doing that, he then ends up losing time to the guys in front.
Yeah, definitely. It's amazing the speed they take through Degner too, though, actually. Incredible.
Yeah, surprising.
It's kind of really must be holding on to the car going through there, just hoping it doesn't run out too wide into the gravel. Bit of camber probably helps too.
Yes, definitely, yeah. And Adams looks like he's got a more optimum line coming through the chicane again. She was having none of it.
You can clearly see the intent from Adam there. He wants to get past, doesn't he, as soon as he can, but he's not willing to punt anyone out. Although you were saying earlier, he doesn't mind sometimes going for a lunge, and if it doesn't work out, letting the other guy go ahead. And now with the laps taken away, maybe that would become even more of a case, because he's less and less likely to catch Welsh Taff ahead in third. I don't think they're really closing in on them, are they? I can't really see the timings to it. Are they closing in on Welsh Taff, even though they're back there?
No, they're a good 8 seconds behind at the moment. That gap was about 7 lap before last, so they are falling back bit by bit.
Yeah, so
but
away, isn't it?
Of course, you've got to be careful, because even if he does go for a move and doesn't pull it off, obviously when we were doing the standalone races, it's quite difficult. There's not necessarily any consequence other than just being moved to the back of the standings. But this is a championship today. If he was to punch Stuart Davis off and cost him time, obviously you've got to look at the fact then that if there was an incident ahead and Stuart was unable to capitalise on that because of that time lost, even if Jonesy let him back through, Jonesy still therefore cost points. So you could be looking at a penalty if he was deemed to be at fault for any incident. So he is going to have to be a bit careful here. He could end up, for the sake of trying to gain just an extra couple of points, and he's quite clearly faster. I mean, the move's going to come at some point, surely.
Yeah, you'd think so, but you can't rule out Stuart Davis staying until the end of the race, because he just knows where to place his car.
Yeah, he's prone mistakes.
Yeah, he has made a few errors, hasn't he? He's thrown away a few victories as well in the Xbox racing. They go through turns 1 and 2 again now. This is where they were side by side a lap or two ago. But no such shenanigans going on this time. Stuart Davis goes round for another lap to go through the S's, and I don't think there's any way through here on the S's, is there, unless someone makes a mistake?
Yeah, definitely. It's quite. There's multiple lines through there, but slow entries lead to faster exits and vice versa. So yeah, it's quite difficult. I always remember there was a great shot of Real Suzuka. In 1998, as Schumacher was making his way through the field, he actually went through, I'm pretty sure it was Fizzy Keller, it was one of the Benettons anyway, through the hill, up through the S's, just to underline his superiority in that race. It was quite a good shot. I'll have to dig it out at some point.
Oh, definitely. I don't actually, I can't picture that one right now, but I'd love to see that. And oh look, Adam Jones, he's gone wide, he's on the grass, he's had to get out of the throttle. And that just gives Stuart Davis a little bit more breathing space, and every time Adam Jones does that is another opportunity that's lost, because they're going now through the fast chicane. Stuart Davis clobbers one of the inside sausage curbs, but he gets an okay run onto the straights, and it's one less opportunity for Adam Jones to get past, and Stuart Davis will be looking in his mirrors and he will be thinking, what will he be thinking?
Oh, I don't know. Just give me a break.
So we'll have a look at Delboy in the red machine. He is second. He's got the pace over Welsh Taff, but he hasn't got the pace of Monty MC Momo up ahead. So he is driving quite a lonely race. Or you can just about see Monty MC Momo going through Degner 1 now on the long shot.
Yeah, it's the carrot he'll be chasing, but I don't think he's going to be able to catch it. He's 4 seconds behind. He's been 4 seconds behind since lap 8. So yeah, he's not really making any inroads. Welsh Taff, 15 seconds off lead, now 9 seconds ahead of Stuart Davis. That's another second gained over the last few laps. So again, that underlines to me that if Stuart and Adam would just stop squabbling, that the fact that they were only losing, a second every few laps to Welsh Taff, and here they are again, they could probably catch him, but yeah, nothing doing that between those two at the moment. Adam is absolutely glued to the rear of Dat McGann, and Stuart Davis just seems to be able to hold him off at the moment. Through the chicane they go again. Oh, he's made a big mistake there.
Yes, it's going to surely cost him a lot of time down the straight. It's a question now whether he can stay alongside Adam or not. But no, he's behind now, so Adam takes over that position. But Stuart Davis is in the slipstream, and he's going to have a think about having a lunge, surely, because that's what Stuart Davis does, Mr. Lunge. And he's not going to be able to get him, I don't think. It's too fast a corner. Adam Jones locked a wheel coming into there, though, so it might have given him some hope. But Adam Jones clearly now ahead as they go through the S's. So now Stuart Davis, his job now becomes trying to stick to the gearbox there of Adam, pressurise him into a mistake if he can, or stick with him until they get to the straight again.
Yeah, I'm fully expecting Adam to just drive away, but we do only have a few laps left, so Adam may consider not pushing too hard and just focus on not making any errors, much like this guy here who's just absolutely just sauntering along at the front there.
Yeah, he's just having a laugh now. He's probably setting fastest laps for fun even. He's clearly got this race under control, and he looks like he's driving so smooth and slowly, but he's clearly not, because he's dominating.
Yeah, I don't know why he does this. He says it's really boring out front on his own.
Yeah, he should drop back a bit, make it a bit of interesting.
Would you?
For the fans.
Would you drop?
Yeah.
Well, was it we had a while ago in one of the Clear Cut races, I'm sure Jonesy did actually say, when asked why did he pit at that particular moment, he said, well, I think of the video, innit?
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
Yeah, but someone who's not been in this very much recently, Jason Cole, he's dropped 45 seconds back off the lead. Is he 45 seconds off the lead now? Yeah, not far off. Sorry, a bit blurry on the time screen. But,
yeah, it's incredible, isn't it? He hasn't got the pace. I don't think, in fairness, we've seen him compete near the front in other types of cars. Maybe these touring cars aren't quite to his liking. That's the feeling I get.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, fortunately, there's only 3 races left before we jump onto the next batch of races. What they'll be, we don't know yet. Obviously, if all goes well, work commitments for a lot of the drivers will start taking over once again, and might find ourselves doing a few less of these races. But it'd be nice to keep it going. Now we've got the West Wales Kart Virtual Series up and running. It's a nice platform now on the Facebook group, and yeah, if we could keep a couple of races a month, maybe on each platform going, that would be great.
Yeah, definitely, and it adds a nice little. It's been great during the lockdown period, for people who can't go racing, karting, and what have you, to allow a little outlet for the competitive racing driver that lives inside all of us, and of course the commentary as well, and getting a bit of practice at commentary. But once the real thing starts up and people will have work and stuff, it'll be interesting to see if drivers still do this. But let's hope so, Stuart, because I think it's been absolutely fantastic fun.
Yeah, and of course there's lots of other series as well, using other platforms, other video games as well, where people have been doing this long before lockdown, and Jonesy there, he's a veteran of virtual racing, but a lot of these guys in the PSR and the Xbox group, they wouldn't have done it if it wasn't for the lockdown. So yeah, it's pretty much a case of it's kept them busy, kept them entertained, maybe found themselves a new little hobby to do, and it's been very nice and social as well. Lots of conversations and chats and new acquaintances made off the circuit as well. So
yeah, and the banter's been pretty good in fairness too, between the drivers as well and the mics.
That's we haven't really, I don't think we've had a single toy thrown out the pram through the entire series on both consoles. It's been pretty good so far.
Yeah, mild accusations I think is the only thing that's been
wild accusations, I would say sometimes.
Sometimes wild, yeah. Mild and wild. That could be the name of our new book.
New book. If you've got time to write a book once we're back at work, you crack on.
West Wales Karting virtual racing. Wild and wild. Yeah. Stuart Davis now, he's in 5th position. He's sticking to Josie, kind of, isn't he? He's been towed along in that slipstream a little bit, and he's not letting him get too far up the circuit, so Adam won't be able to make a mistake, but I think we're on the last lap now, are we, Stuart?
Yeah, it's looking like it, and yeah, looking at times where there's fastest laps being set by a lot of the drivers there, and Stuart Davis, he actually made up a second on Adam on that last lap, just set his fastest lap of the race as well, so yeah, fuel's burnt off. The drivers are obviously very comfortable with the cars and the circuit at the moment, but here's Monty MC Momo now rounding the last few corners, and yeah, looking like he's going to take his championship lead even further.
Yeah, he's clearly on a winning streak, and he comes down the straight now, and he sees a checkered flag falling, and it's Monty MC Momo who takes the win in emphatic style here. Absolutely dominant race, and he does tend to like dominating races, doesn't he? And Delboy there coming home in 2nd. He gave it his all, he chased Monty MC Momo hard, he was the only one out there who was able to kind of keep pace with him, but not quite close enough. And Welsh Taff here taking his first podium. Fantastic drive from Welsh Taff. I think we've only seen him make one mistake all race. And yeah, absolutely fantastic performance. And Jonesy now, he's going to come across the line after that really hard battle with Stewart. Stewart will be finishing in 5th position. And be probably some words between them, won't there, after the race, after that incident?
Possibly.
And Jason Cole's going to be 6th.
Yes, Stuart Davis' 5th position out of 3 races in this championship now as well.
Oh, he loves the 5th, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, almost as much as Delboy hates being 4th.
Yeah, but Delboy was not 4th today, he was 3rd. And as we look at the point standings now, it's Monty MC Momo who leads from Adam Jones in 2nd, Delboy 3rd, Dan Holloway 4th, Welsh Taff is joint 4th look with Dan Holloway, Stuart Davis 6th, Jason Cole 7th, and then we've got Owens Fab and Tash Reynolds down at the bottom there, and hopefully they'll be making their return to the championship at some point. Thank you for watching, join us at the next round.